The Friday walkthrough welcomes you to Fort Worth, Texas, the home base for the Mountaineers as they get ready to take on the Baylor Bears tomorrow. Along with Coach Wallace, I'm Tony Caridi. So West Virginia did it a year ago. They gave Baylor its only loss of the season. Coach Wallace, interesting scenario here. Obviously, West Virginia had a plan last year. It worked. How do you do it again?
Well, that's going to be the whole key, I think, Tony. There's no question that we've got a real season to make right here. In this game, all of a sudden you beat number 2 in the country. You got a couple other, well, several other good ones coming up, but a 10-2 would look pretty good right now and win over Baylor. So I think there's a lot to play for. And, you know, our team really is playing pretty well. We got to cut down on the turnovers, but I'll tell you what, we're getting some great defensive play. The offense has shown some real promise, I think. There's a lot of good stuff going on. You lose an overtime game last week. You lose to Oklahoma after their bye week. And so I feel like there's a lot of good stuff going and a lot left in this season.
You touched on the turnovers. Obviously, they've been huge the last 2 games, 9. How do you not turn the ball over?
Well, I don't know. It's as much an attitude as anything. It is. There's technique involved, but it's an attitude. And those kids, they're going to work at it. And I just think, you know, it's a little different when you play in the Big 12. Those guys don't just tackle you; they strip the ball and tackle you too. So I think just a kind of a mental approach, and I think that's behind us. At least I hope so.
Last year, penalty-marred contest. There were 32 in all, most penalty yardage ever in a Big 12 game. Do you expect that same kind of intensity, that same kind of physicality, that same kind of flag fest?
Yes, I do. You know, I looked at us. We're like 325 yards in penalties, and there's 342. So, yeah, I think it's going to be very similar. So flags could be flying, but we're not going to back down. They're just not going to let you do that. If you don't walk up on their receivers, they're going to throw the ball out there. When you do walk up on them, then they're going to throw it deep. And when you start chasing them deep, then they hand the ball to the running back. So that's pretty much their game plan in almost every game.
And last year, of course, with Kevin White, he was the recipient of several pass interference calls. Can the likes of Javon Durant, Shelton Gibson pull that off tomorrow? We'll find out. Our pregame coverage on MSN Radio begins at 8:30. Ball goes into the air at noon. Along with Coach Wallace, I'm Tony Caridi here on the Friday Walkthrough.